Back in 2015, the science faculty undertook a review of the Year 7 program. So I'd see that Māori and Pacifica students were underachieving.
We clearly understand for our tamariki rangatahi to achieve in the future, they need to be strong in science, technology, engineering, medicine.
We interviewed the students who were identified by their classroom teachers as being disengaged. The thing they disliked most about science was too much writing. So we had to think about that. Writing's very important, but copying's not. So we replaced all of the copying tasks with tasks that involved a lot of critical thinking.
Why do you think it's so black? The Coke is deteriorating and rotting the tooth.
At primary school, science wasn't really my favourite subject.
So we're going to put that icing sugar in.
We did a lot of berry.
What we're going to find out is how flammable sugar can be.
But at John College, we get to do experiments, a lot of hands-on work.
Off you go, Angus.
At primary school, Angus, I think he's struggled a little bit. He came here and the school has been pretty incredible for him.
Oxygen going to the fire,
With
which
science,
means pressure.
he just loves it. He takes off, he looks forward to coming to school. It's fantastic, I love it.
When we surveyed the parents, they were very clear that they wanted homework every week and that they wanted there to be included practical activities, online activities. Crouch down so you can have a look to make sure the mass lines up with the scale. In the case of Felipe, we picked up within the first 5 weeks that he was struggling to get his homework in on time.
I got an email from Mr. Belling. We set up a meeting, discussed how we could get Felipe to improve his homework.
We enrolled him in the homework club, so he was here on Mondays and Wednesdays doing his homework, not just his science homework, but other homework as well.
We did experiments at home and I'm more into it than I was last year.
He made some big gains on both completion of homework and, more importantly, the desire to be self-managing. By the end of the year, homework was no longer an issue at all.
He's maturing into a more responsible child, understanding that whether it's a topic that you enjoy or not, you are required to give your very best.
A big part of my attitude change was that I knew I was going to get checked, and Mum was a big part of it as well, motivating me to do it.
John Paul College is very privileged to have a stream which runs along the back of our boundary, the Utahina stream, and for a long time people were concerned about pollution, access to it, and our science department said, well, let's try and do something about it.
We've had them down here removing vines, planting native trees, removing rubbish from the stream, making tracks so that we can access and maintain the native trees that we've planted.
We brought in people from the community, we brought in scientists, we brought in people from the Rotorua District Council.
You've done your stream restoration work, now what do we do?
Utahina Stream's a really important bit of waterway for our city. It's really high water quality, we've still got trout in there. It's a really important resource, so if someone is seen to be doing something, it creates a lot of energy within our community.
The students could see, in fact, that there are a lot of people in the community that have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience and expertise that they can learn from.
We decided to build a litter track for the Utahina stream. We got 2 engineers from the council and they came over and helped us.
It was good to see as they worked through the project, instead of being teacher-directed, they started to think for themselves and they're working as a team. If one of them had finished working on their part, they would help others.
We got to learn how to use programs to make it 3D, and we had to do lots of research, organise what materials and how much they costed, and like make up a quote.
To me, that's real life engineering. That's real life project, isn't it? It's what actually happens. And to see him so excited about it made me excited. So then time came for the model, and I was very interested in helping him with this.
This was an opportunity to think about the Utahina stream in a cross-curricular approach, going into the languages department and being able to write poems about the Utahina stream. Teachers then got students to write to local politicians.
We definitely need environmental scientists who can monitor all of the waterways, who can do a lot of the work in the ngahere and the forest. But if we don't engage them when they're young, they're not going to be doing the prerequisites at NCEA level to be able to go on to tertiary.
We've found that overall achievement is up for all students, and the gap between Māori and non-Māori had closed significantly.
From 8% differential to a 2%. So it's about targeted teaching to to get the most out of the students with the aim of achieving equity of achievement across all of the groups. Because I saw that we had a raise in boys as well too, and that's important.
We are measuring the height of liquids in the containers that we are using.
So here we've got 9.8.